Hospital. Come on in. West Art Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign. T7 Propane. Station on Main. Stacy's Repair. Ellingford Brothers. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Bear Lake Realty. Independent Software Solutions. Jimmy John's. Dr. McKay Frankum. Crawford Trough. Woodruff Corner Store. Our Bakery. Mound Valley Cattle Company. And the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our listeners out there. We are live from Rich High School, going through some technical run-throughs to make sure we're ready to go here. Our picture will be a little bit higher. Our camera's not currently on a tripod. We're working on that, but beautiful day here in Randolph, Utah, ready for this quarterfinal matchup with the Rich Rebels and the Utah Military Academy from down south, and it'll be a great day for a football game. It's cold, but not too cold. The sun is out, and it's going to be an awesome day. Thank you for listening in. This is the pregame show. This is the Ellingford Brothers pregame show, and we'll be back after this. Thank you for all those listening in on 98.3 KDQ FM and watching online at mylocalradio.com.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. You always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We offer rebates on it.
Welcome back once again here at Rich High School for the opening round of the 1A 8-man state playoffs. Third year of this 8-man league, and the Rich High Rebels have earned themselves a home game for their first round against the, I believe, the 8th seed, the Utah Military Academy. And I had a chance to catch up with Coach Schulte from the UMA Academy, and he's a great guy. We had a great talk, and for those wondering about this school, because it is a brand new school in terms of football. They are a 2A school in everything but football. They are new to football. This is their first year doing 8-man. We're happy to have them in the league. Had a great interview with him, so we will turn the time over to that interview I did earlier this week with Coach Schulte.
I'm here with Coach Schulte from the Utah Military Academy, and I'm super excited to talk to you, Coach, because I want our viewers and our listeners to know about the Utah Military Academy, as you guys are a new face to 8-man. Coach, how did this come to be? How did the Utah Military Academy start playing football? Were you a part of that?
Yeah. So I want to say the school was started in 2017 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I started teaching PE there last year. And I think it was always in the district's plan to start, having more athletics involved with the school. And so it just kind of so happened that, it was this year. I didn't have too much hand in actually, incepting the program. However, we had a different coach hired and things kind of fell through. I was actually going to be our coach for a first-year wrestling team. So they offered me the job for football, and we put wrestling off another year or two. And so that's just kind of my role, at least in things that way.
And Coach, tell us about yourself. Are you from Utah? Did you grow up here and go to high school somewhere in Utah?
Yeah, so I was born, funny enough, kind of up north by you guys, somewhat, in Brigham City.
Uh-huh.
When I was just a baby, we moved to Wichita, Kansas, lived there for the first 9 or so years of my life, and then we moved back to Taylorsville, Utah. And then my dad, Paul Schulte, was the principal of Highland High School. And so I played football, baseball, and then wrestled at Highland High School. Played football under Brody Benson, who's now at Woods Cross High School, and he in a lot of ways is my mentor and kind of my role model, and how I'm hoping to shape the program and just culture here down at UMA.
That's great. And with UMA, tell us a little bit about the boys that are at that school. So is all the students at UMA, what is the plan for them after high school? Are they going straight into the military? Are they going to a military college? What's their path after high school?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, obviously being in Utah, I have several kids who hope to serve an LDS mission. Several of them, planning on going the military path in some capacity. And so we only have 5 or 6 seniors this year, and a couple of them actually suffered season-ending injuries. So we only have about 3 seniors that really play, 3 or 4 that actually play. But a lot of them have actually been doing, different essays and applications into different military academies. So, some of them looking at some of those bigger, the Air Force and Navy, while others are looking at some of the smaller options like Merchant Marine academies.
Well, that's great. And we already thank them for their service and their desire to protect our country. That sounds like a great group of boys you have there. And in the first season, you guys already have your first postseason win in school history with that win against Monument Valley last week. Coach, what are your hopes and desires for this program in the years to come?
I think for us, we just want to continue being a competitive football team. And more than anything, we want to be a team that does things the right way. And I'm very aware that starts with me. I actually, funny enough, got ejected from our game against your JV team. And so, that starts with me and being better. And we want to put out a brand of football that is played the right way and played competitively. And getting that first postseason win is just kind of a step on that journey. It's funny because we kind of went back and forth just from the injuries that we've kind of suffered and how thin we're kind of getting in terms of whether we wanted to go into these playoffs or withdraw this first year. And I think for us, it meant a lot to have the opportunity to go and play a rich high school who has been, the model of consistency and competitiveness. a program that does do things the right way. And so I think just having that opportunity to see a team that plays at that level and understand what that takes to get to that level is kind of an irreplaceable experience for these boys. The hope is to continue to just grow every year, and which is exciting and daunting at the same time.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming into the league and helping strengthen it, because 8-man obviously is new for everyone, including us, who this is our third year doing it, but we need more and more schools to be part of it, and it'll strengthen, and you guys are going to just get better and better. So it's good for everyone. And Coach, geographically, just so our listeners know too, where do all your players, what are the boundaries that they live within to be down there?
That's a great question, because we are a little unique that way, being a public charter school. So we're located in Lehigh, and so we do drag in, quite a few from Westlake boundaries out in Saratoga, and even some Cedar Valley kids from out from Eagle Mountain beyond Saratoga, a couple kids from the Lehigh area. But then we have kids that take the front runner from as far south as Provo and as far north as West Valley.
So a big area for sure.
Yeah.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck Friday, and I appreciate you taking time to chat with me, and good luck in the years to come as well. And once again, we're happy to have you guys in the league, and excited to meet you come Friday. Appreciate
your time, Bradley, and again, appreciate what you do for this sport. And I funny enough, not to chew your ear off, but right after my LDS mission, started a podcast with a buddy of mine covering high school football in the state. And so, really? I appreciate any coverage for these kids. And I think it's awesome what y'all do again. And definitely come introduce yourself on Friday night if you get the time.
Absolutely. Well, travel safe up here, Coach.
Thanks, Bradley.
I'm here during our pregame show, and this is a segment I always look forward to, the Where Are They Now segment. And I've got my friend Patrick Floyd here. Patrick is a Rich High School alumni. And Patrick, thanks for taking time out of your day to chat with me about Rich High School.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Bradley.
Patrick and I went to high school for 1 year together. Patrick, you graduated in 2006, correct?
2007.
So Patrick graduated in 2007 from Rich High School. And Patrick, tell us about what's going on in your life right now, about your family. You own your own business, so tell us a little bit about that. And then we'll talk a little bit about your time at Rich High School.
Yeah. I live in Lake Town. My family, my wife and I moved back in 2013, just right after our oldest was born. And we've got 4 little people to keep us on our toes. We had our oldest Addie, and then our twin girls, and then our youngest Ethan came a couple years ago. And life's complete in that realm. Currently, we run Chad's Raspberry Kitchen. Bought that from my parents and continue to grow that, doing all the raspberry products still by hand. And then we also had the opportunity, we bought the little drive-in here in Lake Town. So we run some beaches now. We've taken that and turned it to, I'm proud to say one of the best places to eat in Bear Lake, especially in the summer. Then doing catering. I work a lot here with Bradley, doing some corporate groups and stuff in the off season. So that's my life in a nutshell. I'm either jamming or cooking somewhere.
And you do a great job at it, Patrick. Like Patrick said, he and I work a lot together. We bring groups into Bear Lake to have a fun time on retreats, and Patrick does a great job at feeding them, and he's a favorite of many. And I will agree, you've got one of the best places to eat in the summertime there at some beaches in Lake Town. So Patrick, what led you to get into the restaurant business?
Yeah, it was honestly in high school. One of my classmates, it was kind of an idea that we had floated before, graduation. And, I had, working for people here in Bear Lake, and, maybe, hey, you'll come back and put a restaurant on this piece of land or something. And then I went on my mission, came back 2 years later, and the whole world had changed over the Great Recession. So all that kind of changed. And, it was kind of a bygone idea that we had. We looked at couple that have been leased throughout the years, and they weren't really on the table for us. We actually looked at buying the place we have now at one point, and just financially didn't make it work for us. And when the people who had bought it from Merlin's came to us and said, "Hey, we knew you were interested. Would you like to take it from us?" We kind of pitched them a dream deal, and they actually went for it. And so we really couldn't back out at that point. So, I was never the restaurant guy. I was always supposed to be like the manager behind it. I'll take care of all the stuff. I'm not going to be involved with the food part, but it just didn't turn out that way. And so, I've found a good seasonality to my career, where, summertime I'm working with a bunch of, amazing youth from our high school, from Cokeville High, from other high schools around us. I get to work with these awesome youth. They're almost like little brothers and sisters to me because I'm just as immature as they are. And then, I get to work with these corporate guys. I get to work with these, big grocery chains, and we're going to this huge fancy food show in Vegas in January to go do some nationwide coverage and see if we can get some really big customers. So I get all this seasonality to my year, and it's really nice because about every 3 months I'm sick of it, and so I'm sick of whatever I'm doing, and it's kind of fun to the ebb and flow. But the relationships I've developed in the restaurant, especially with a lot of these youth from these high schools, honestly.
And with that seasonality, being able to have such a variety going on in your life for you and your family. And so we'll back to your time at Rich High School. Patrick, what were some of the things that were highlights of your time, those 4 years at Rich High School leading up to your graduation in the spring of 2007?
I had really good coaches, especially like in the wrestling program. Craig Hoffman and Rick Larson took me under their wing and taught me a lot there. But even, like in basketball, Brian Thompson was an excellent person for me. He was there for me. I could lean on him and talk to him. Even when I didn't play ball, he would always come up to me and whenever he saw me and made sure I was okay, So yeah, obviously we've got a wonderful staff. We did then, we do now. I see how a lot of these teachers act, and I get to hear all the funny stories working with a lot of these high school kids of who's the good teacher, who's the bad teacher,
Yeah.
But even before that, people like Justin Grohl, Justin Grohl was a big influence in my life, and in middle school, and he wasn't in the high school, but he was a huge giant in my life and helped me out some tough situations. And, I'm grateful looking back, Rich High's not perfect, and I grumble a lot because it's not because I don't like how the high school is now. It's just that I want it to always be better. Continually and to improve. And that's just how I live my life. And there's not every opportunity for our kids, but some of the missed opportunities, it's not worth what some of these other kids and other schools have to deal with,
It's a trade-off.
The trade-off is not, worth it. These are great schools with staff who knows the kids by name in every grade. They're not just a number to them; they're actual human beings. So
absolutely. And talking about the staff, Patrick, I always like to end these interviews each week asking an alumni, and you've definitely touched on some great ones. Talking about Coach Grohl and Coach Larson, and is there one teacher that, and I'm sure you had a few, but one teacher that really had a positive impact on your life during those 4 years that have, you still feel that positive impact today?
Obviously, everyone that I've already mentioned, ones that I haven't mentioned, Coach Smith, he's my math teacher, for heaven's sakes. I never had the opportunity to have him coach me, but, you see him go to Evanston, go to dinner and see him in Don Pedro's or something like that, and he's just a great guy, and
sure.
Man, you're going to put me on. I live next to, our old music teacher, Mr. Williamson. And, there's a lot. I'm not going to pick one, I'm not going to go down that road, man. There's a lot that I haven't mentioned, from, Brother Leifson, all of them. They're just, it's a good setup. It's a good setup. It's a good situation, good environment.
It is. And we might be biased, but I feel like our time, and I've talked to others that were around our time at Rich High School, that we we were fortunate to have some really awesome staff, and it's fun that, you know, a lot of the staff now are kids that we went to school with or that were just a little bit older than us. And it's awesome to see that involvement. But yeah, during that era, the mid to late 2000s, some great teachers at Rich High School. So Patrick, thanks for taking time to chat with me, take time out of your day. And we wish you and your family and your business well, and happy that things are going so great for you. And thanks for being a supporter of Rich High School. And we will for sure talk again soon.
Sounds good. Hey, go Rebels. Take state.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Carter Grohl, number 1, junior.
I'm Nash Perry. I'm number 2, and I'm a freshman.
Sam Leifson, number 3, senior.
My name's Wilkes Weston. I am number 4, and I am in the 10th grade.
I'm Paxton Nicodemus, number 5, 10th grade.
Jet Holmes, 6, junior.
Carter Hoffman, senior, number 8.
I'm Zenek Stocking. I'm a senior, and I'm number 9.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I wear number 10.
Dylan Wasden, wide receiver, DB, junior.
I'm Valen Cornia. I'm number 13, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Connor Creel. I'm 15, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Daniel Smith. I'm a senior, and I'm number 16.
Brayden Stokes. I'm a freshman, and my number is 21.
I'm Antonio Maldonado. I'm a senior, number 22.
Drake Weston, senior, number 23.
Riker Kirk, number 25. I'm a junior.
My name is Hudson Perry. I am a sophomore, and I am number 28.
I'm Porter Keach. I'm a junior, and I'm number 30.
Wyatt O'Malley, freshman, 34.
Dylan Fonsbeck, junior. I wear number 35.
I'm Jaron Moon. I'm number 42, and I'm a freshman.
Wyatt Tingy. I'm in 9th grade, and I'm number 48.
Cade Nelson, junior, 50.
Jaden Bell, sophomore, number 52.
Bailey Weston. I'm a sophomore. My number's 54.
Boston Jolly, number 55, junior.
My name is Max Weston. I'm a freshman, and my number is 56.
I'm Jordan Johnson. I'm a senior, and I'm number 58.
Easton Eborn, junior, number 59.
I'm Talon Wilson-Pace. I am a senior, and I'm number 60.
I'm Christian Reese. I am number 62, and I'm in 9th grade.
Traxton Chandler, a sophomore, number 65.
I'm Hunter Cornea. We're number 66, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Rylan Goff. I'm a sophomore, and I'm number 67.
My name is Ian Adams. I'm a freshman, and I'm number 68.
Killer Gal, sophomore, 70.
My name is Breaker Willis. I'm a sophomore. My number is 72.
JJ Chandler, senior, number 73.
Jack Wakefield, junior, number 75.
My name is Scott Wakefield. I am a wide receiver, and I'm number 82, and I'm a freshman.
My name's Tag Stewart. My number is 85, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Dominic Anderson. I'm a senior. I'm a manager.
All right, we are back, and if you are watching online, you were able to see the honoring of the colors, and a pretty cool thing with it being the Utah Military Academy being the visiting team. They brought some flag bearers, and they are in their military uniforms. Pretty cool respect and honor to our country to start this game. And Rob, it is playoff time, and we are here. I talked a little bit about this team we have ahead of us, but the Rebels have earned themselves the number 1 seed and the second ever game on this field, first ever playoff game, and we are ready to go here.
Yeah, I'd say a couple keys, Bradley. We are the number 1 seed against the number 8 seed, so obviously Rich is highly favored, but this is a WD-40 game. You want to polish some things up. Coach Larson has preached, and I use that word correctly, humble and hungry, and I think that's going to be one of the things they want to do. And number 3, just have fun. This is playoff football, so enjoy this. This is the last time you're going to be on this field for a senior.
Yep, and Rob, I got to give Dylan Fonsbeck some love because I didn't give him enough last week. I was talking to him after the game. Last week, in a half of play, he was 3 for 3 on extra points. He had a touchback and a receiving touchdown. So he had a great game last week. And we're going to start off with a kick to the 15, and the Utah Military Academy will return that with not much of a return, about to the 22-yard line. Today I will refer to the Utah Military Academy as UMA, all in the same. So UMA will take over on their own 22-yard line to start this game. And Rob, tell us about the weather today.
No, it is gorgeous out here. There is sunshine. I'm going to have to get rid of my jacket. I was worried about my thermals this morning, but it's probably about 47, 48 degrees, and there is not a breeze. And if you look at the old field, there's snow on that grass over there, Bradley.
Well, for two guys who are from Woodruff, we feel like we're in Cancun with it being 48 degrees on November 1st and no snow. So great day for football as UMA comes out in a bit of a wishbone formation out of shotgun with a lone receiver to the right. And that will be a carry that will go nowhere.
J.J. Chandler.
J.J. Chandler, a senior, who you'll hear from at halftime. He was one of our students of the week. You'll hear from him at halftime. But that was Jason Cordner, a freshman, running the ball there. So, Rob, I was, as many listeners heard, I was able to catch up with Coach Schulte from UMA this week. Very young team regardless of what grade they're in. This is a new football program, top to bottom, not a lot of experience with football. So hats off to them that they made the playoffs. They had their first win in program history, postseason win against Monument Valley last week to set them up for this playoff game. As they will get back to the original line of scrimmage on that run. That was a run by, I'm going to get the number here, I believe number 33 again, Jason Cordner on the run there.
Yeah, it looked like most of the middle linebackers or the linebacking core for Rich on the tackle on that one. I did watch a little bit of game film on him, Bradley. The quarterback does have a great arm, but a lot of the passes I saw were basically, I'm launching this thing up there. It wasn't necessarily a designed route.
Yep, and we will probably see a pass here as it is 3rd and 10, and they will go back, but it is a quarterback keeper, and he will go nowhere here as the defense stifles him. That was the ball carrier, number 11, Tyler Muse, a sophomore, for UMA, getting tackled in the backfield there. Good job by the Rebel defense.
I think Carter Grohl, number 1, was there first with a little help from number 23, Drake Weston, and they are in punt formation.
Drake Weston will go back for the return here. Rob, I had a chance to talk to Coach Corney last night, the defensive coordinator for the Rebels. They understand that this game, with it being a first-round game, top seed versus the highest seed, as that punt will get downed by UMA on the Rebels' 45-yard line. Coach Corney talked about how today, as many first-round games go, as the game goes on, they're going to try to mix it up, get some younger kids in there. But based off of some of the different groups he's going to be sending out there, we may see freshmen and seniors playing together today. So, and that's always a great experience as an underclassman to be able to play in a playoff game as well. Obviously, UMA has lots of underclassmen playing today, but the Rebels should be able to get some underclassmen as well. And so the Rebels come out 3-man front with trips to Hoffman's left, Riker Hoffman, the lone receiver, to the right, Carter Hoffman in the gun. He will take it, and it is a stand to Daniel Smith, and he has a lot of room to run, and he will. Definitely enough for the first down and then some. So that is a simple wide receiver stand is what we call it, as he did not go upfield. He just stood there for the catch, and he had blockers downfield once he caught that. Good enough for a first down. That is a gain of, 20, 21 yards on the play.
at least. Tyler Muse, number 11, and number 5, Keegan Bryant for UMA on the tackle, the Marauders.
So Hoffman in the gun once again with trips to his right. Smith, the lone receiver, to his left. It will now be a stand. Same play, but to Dylan Fonsbeck this time, and he has room to run. A gain of, looks like 6 on the play there.
Tackle made by Dylan Hennifer, and that's a play we have not seen all year long,
It's
Bradley.
true. It's true. So, and I'm glad you brought that up, Rob. First round, it's a good time to dust off things that you haven't run in a game yet, and I'm sure the Rebels will do that today, as we've seen already 2 out of 2 times. Hoffman in the gun with doubles to his right and to his left. He drops back to pass, looking. He has got a man. He's got Drake Weston, and that will be a gain of.
It's going to be a first down.
Yep, gain of 4, so that'll be enough for the first down there on that quick curl to Hoffman's left. And Rob,
no, 1 yard short, Bradley.
1 yard
sorry.
short, 3rd and short. I thought I saw the ref making that.
I did too.
Hand motion too. So Rob, we have our Lady Rebels are down 4 hours south of us. Big game starting in 20 minutes against the Tabiona Tigers. We are the 8th seed. They're the 9th seed. Winner plays number 1 Valley most likely later today. So a huge game. We'll keep all of you updated on that as well. Hoffman back to pass. He may keep it here, looking for a man. He is going to scramble. He's got plenty of time, plenty of field, and he does have a man. That's Hudson Perry in the corner of the end zone. That is a good pass and catch. Enough for, they're not going to give it to him. Down at the 1 yard line, inch line. We just have inches to go here.
Are you surprised, Bradley, that we've come out with all these pass plays after we average about 4 passes a game?
Well, I like the strategy because – assuming that we're going to be able to take care of business next week as well, we're going to have a tough championship game. This is totally assumptions I'm going off of, but, that championship game in 2 weeks against Monticello, we're going to have a lot of different options. And so be able to get our passing game really fine-tuned today and next week would be great. And I'm sure Carter Hoffman wouldn't disagree with that either. I'm sure he'd love to pass a lot today. So Hoffman is in the gun with Perry to his left, and it will be a swing pass to the left. Hudson turns the wheels on for a Rebel touchdown, and we're going to go back to the replay of the last passes. That was a great one. You'll see that Hoffman did a good job at just buying time instead of tucking it and getting a few yards. He uses his upfield blockers to give him lots of time. Great read to find Perry there and set up for the touchdown that we just saw.
It's hard to see what's going on in this camera, Bradley, so I hope that replay is worth watching.
Oh, it was. So, and yep, for our viewers just to know, we have the sun to our back, and so the computer screens and the camera screens are a little bit tough to see, but it's all right. So the Rebels are up 6-0 here early in the first quarter, 6.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, as Fonsbeck will be back for the extra point here, an extra point attempt. Good snap and hold, and that will not be good.
Broadcaster jinx, Bradley, for shouting out to Dylan that he was 3 for 3 last week.
Well, he was getting on me that he didn't get enough love from me, and I guess I jinxed him, but he had it coming, I guess. No, he's had a great year. Sometimes those extra points happen. So that will bring us to 6-0 for the Rebels. We will be back after this. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel Football, online at mylocalradio.com, listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
We are back. A short flip around from offense to defense as the Rebels do kick. And is that a touchback by Dylan Fonsbeck? Great kick there by Dylan Fonsbeck. And the UMA will take over at the 20-yard line. Rob, real quick, let's talk about where we're broadcasting from today. We've had 3 really unique situations this year. At Bear Lake, we were in the back of the Epic Recreation truck. Last week, we were in the back of the seminary teacher's van. 2 weeks ago, your van, we were in the back of it. Today, we are on top of Scott Livingston's bus. And if you live in Garden City, you know what bus I'm talking about. It's it's a very popular bus used for different things. But we are on top of a bus today doing this. But like you said, great weather. This is awesome. We're okay being outside today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So UMA will come out with a single back in the backfield. They send a man in motion, and they will give to that man. And there is a fumble on the play. UMA does come up with it. Just a short run there by number 18, James Sullivan, another freshman, Rob. So they're definitely building for the future over there at UMA.
They are trying to see a number on the lineman that recovered that fumble, but.
And here's what I'm seeing with UMA. Definitely do not lack size. They've got plenty of big kids. It's more of just a learning curve this year. I was impressed with Coach Schulte when I spoke with them on the phone. I'm sure they're going to trend in the right direction over the coming years. So a split backfield. They give up the middle. Great hole opened up by that UMA line. A gain of 3 on the play. That was Cordner on the carry there.
Carter Grohl, number 116, Daniel Smith on the tackle, and Riker Hoffman, number 24, on the tackle.
It's great to see him back out there.
It is, and I talked with some of the coaches. He's going to be used a little bit uniquely during this first couple playoff games.
Yep, we don't want him to miss a potential championship game, so yeah, let's use him in the correct way. Split backfield, good snap, a play-action pass. They do have a man, but that is just overthrown. Number 11, Muse, had his man, and that was 11 went out for the pass. He was open there, but just overthrown, as that will bring up 4th down for UMA, punting to the Rebels. Rob, I do want to bring up last night, talking with the Rich High coaching staff, they were able to confirm it's very likely that next year Milford High School, Panguitch High School, and Wayne High School will be part of the 8-man league, which is huge news for this league to get some potentially good teams coming down to strengthen this 8-man league. So that will be a downed punt about to midfield, just over midfield for the Rebels, who will take over. 1st and 10 going the other way. And then they've also heard that Bryce Valley and Paiute are close to making that call as well. It may be after next season, but kind of an exciting thought to think of all these traditional basketball schools that we're very familiar with in the winter to, be able to play them in the fall as well. So
I agree.
Kind of a fun thing to think about. But Rob, also, a lot of these, not a lot, but some of these schools in 8-man, like the one we're seeing before us, UMA, they are bigger than us enrollment-wise. So we have some bigger schools number-wise that are jumping into 8-man and helping develop their football team, and it's just a good thing all around. So the Rebels come out with a 5-man front, Hoffman under center with Hudson and Weston in the backfield. That will be a fake to Perry, and Hoffman has a wide open man. I believe that is that Cade?
Cade Nelson, number 50, yes.
Cade Nelson with a good reception. Oh, he's going to be so mad about that one, but he a great catch. He made it upfield and just lost his footing.
That's called the turf monster, Bradley.
Yep, it is. Well, that's an offensive lineman who finally got a catch for the touchdown and was salivating, and dang it, was not able to keep his feet. But Cade Nelson, great catch and run there.
34-yard gain.
Yep, great drawn-up play there. Big gain for the Rebels as Hoffman does go under center once again, 5-man front with Perry and Leifson behind him in the I formation. And that will be a give to Leifson on the right side. He makes a good cut up the middle, and he is in for a score. That will give the Rebels a second score on the day in this early first quarter. We'll go to a replay there, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. You'll see that initial cut by Leifson was a great cut to take it back to the middle of the field as he started on the right side, and he is able to have a powerful run right into the end zone for the Rebels. And the Rebels now take the lead 13-0 here.
The extra point is Dylan Fonsbeck.
I'm just getting back to our live cam here. So Dylan Fonsbeck back to kick this extra point after the Leifson touchdown to make this, so I apologize, 12-0 for the Rebels right now. Fonsbeck up, and that is no good. So the Rebels up 12-0 here in the first quarter, and we are at 4 minutes, 41 seconds here in the first quarter. We'll go to break. This is a T7 propane production of Rich High Rebel football, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
We are back as Fonsbeck kicks it deep to UMA, and this will be returned this time. They will bring it up to the 20, trying to get to the 30, but they will be snuffed out by Leifson there at the 20-yard line as the
number 18, James Sullivan, on the return.
Yep. For the Marauders. Am I saying that right?
Marauders. We got to get that Rich County accent out of you, Bradley.
I don't want to lose it. That's like Harry Potter, right? Like the Marauders map.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect pronunciation.
I just had to relate it to something I was familiar with.
Yeah, I don't know about Harry Potter, though.
Well, you need to get with it. So the Marauders come to the line, doubles to the left, single receiver to the right with a lone back in the backfield. They're back to pass. Deep pass. He does have a man once again. Number 3, and that was number 3, Braden Walsh, who had a step on him.
I think that was Tag Stewart on the coverage, isn't it?
Yep, so here's what what I mentioned earlier, Rob. We do have our freshman defense in right now to get them some reps. As you see, Valen Cornea at the middle linebacker position. We've got Nash Perry, Braden Stokes in the secondary. So the Marauders will see if they can gain some yards here as they come out doubles to the left, single to the right with a lone back in the backfield once again. This time they will roll to the left. And a great play there. I believe that was Jackson Jolly. Yep, Jackson Jolly with the sack right on that outside to keep him inside the pocket. Great contain there by the young Rebel, Jackson Jolly. So that will bring up a 3rd and long for the Marauders as the Rebels try to make this the 3rd consecutive 3-and-out.
We got to give a shout-out to the cross-country team that ran state this week.
That's
Bradley.
True. Do you have an update on? I know that we had Dax Jolly that was 3rd place overall. Scotty Wakefield 29th, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, the boys took tied for 8th or 9th, something like that. The girls took 3rd. Had some drama we'll talk about in a minute.
Marauders do get the snap. Quarterback trying to get to the right side, and he will. Will he have enough? Nope, he will not get back even to the original line of scrimmage. So the Rebels, the Young Guns, come out and keep the Marauders from getting a first down there.
And who was 22 or 92?
92.
Or is it an 8?
82. That was Scotty Wakefield.
There you go.
Yep, we just mentioned him. He placed at state and cross country. Now he is making tackles on the football field. And it looks like Braden Stokes is now back to receive this punt from UMA. So the snap is good. The punt is off. We will see if Stokes will return that, and he will not. He will let that bounce, and that will be back into Rebel territory on the Rebels' probably 44-yard line. So they'll be bring up a 1st and 10. So tell us about some cross-country drama.
Well, the ladies had a good showing. Paige Smith took 2nd. Lyda Taylor took 6th. But she had some health issues going towards the finish line. In cross-country and track, when they say you got a wobbler, you know you're in trouble.
Yes. So is that what happened then?
Yeah, she was not well. She ended up in the hospital.
Really?
After the race. She's doing well now. But
and you said that was Lyda Taylor?
Yeah, she was right there. And you also had Bray Pugmire and Katharina Smith that were in the top for the Rebels. Panguich took the championship with Monticello 2nd. Rebels were right behind him. I think if Lyda had been full strength, and would have been a different finish.
Well, and as we said, the Lady Rebels volleyball team about to tip off down in Richfield as Perry gets it to the right side, has some serious speed. The Marauders are trying to contain him, and they will not. Hudson Perry breaks about 8 tackles if we're playing 8-man. I swear he broke every tackle there. We'll go back to the replay. That was a toss to the outside. Once again, this is a replay brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Hudson doing a great job breaking tackle after tackle on that sideline to give the Rebels a 3-score lead here early on in the ball game, as the Rebels now will take the lead 18-0. As Dylan Fonsbeck and company will go out to try to get this extra point with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter here at Rich High School. First round of the 8-man playoffs. Snap and hold are good. Fonsbeck gets it up. That one, I believe, is good. So Dylan Fonsbeck gets the point after to bring the Rebels 19-0. Rob, we'll keep it here right now. So let's talk a little bit about volleyball. The path that the Rebels have is not an easy one, but I will say they have great potential down there. I told Coach Wasden in our interview this week, if we were to take state, it may be the hardest earned championship in terms of the road that they have. Because our seed is higher than usual, we go down as the number 8 seed. We play the number 9 seed, Tabiona, in about 5 minutes as that tips off. Winner of that game will most likely play number 1 Valley, who's had a great season. I think they've only lost 3 or 4 times this year. The winner of that one will potentially be playing Manila, who we know all about how good they are this year. We played them twice and saw how good they were. And then, of course, the winner of our side of the bracket will most likely play Panguitch, who was always a Goliath down there. And so the Lady Rebels have great potential this year. And once again, if we were to go down and take state this year, it would be well-earned and it would be a very exciting thing. So, but a tough one, first one right out of the gate with Tabiona. As Fonsbeck kicks it deep to UMA, they'll return it to the 24-yard line, going the other way. Fresh set of downs for UMA.
And the tackle made by student body president Tony Maldonado. I couldn't see his number, but I could tell by his legs who that was.
Yes, always churning for sure.
And so we got a player for the return man for UMA, Tyler Muse, who has been one of their key players on offense for sure.
Is that number 11?
Yep, down on the field.
Yep, he's been a key role for them offensively. So, and Rob, I'm going to talk about UMA a little bit more here. I talked to Coach Schulte about, I was just curious about the future of these football players with it being a military academy, what their after school or after high school plans are. And most of them already have plans to enroll directly into the military, go to a military school like Air Force or Navy, like Nia Jolly. She's at the Naval Academy right now. And so all these boys kind of have those plans to do that. A lot of them are planning on LDS missions, but then enrolling in the military after they return. So pretty awesome that you have a group of boys over there who are going to serve our country over the next few years.
Absolutely. I'm just looking down the roster. I'm seeing 4 seniors, Bradley.
Yep, that lines up about what Coach Schulte said.
And you got a handful of juniors and then freshmen and sophomores. So you got the other military academy that's at Hill Air Force Base.
Yep.
That's also the 8-man. I believe they are playing
Monticello.
Yep. There you go in the first round.
So they've had a little bit better of a year this year. I think it's their second year playing 8-man, if I'm correct. And we've got the UMA Academy here with us now that it's their first year. And so you hope that they're playing the long game. Like I said, they didn't win a whole ton of games this year, which gave them this 8th seed. But you look at the victories last week, like I said, first post-game victory in their first year playing football. They beat Monument Valley last week, and they beat Monument Valley earlier in the year as well. But they will now come to the line, 3-man front, I believe, with a split backfield and a lone receiver to the right. It's actually a 4-man front in the shotgun. That same Rebel defense that was on the last series is out there.
Now they switched up the defense. No, maybe not.
This is a quarterback keeper tackled by Hunter Cornea there on the play after a gain of 4 on the play.
Looks like it's a mix.
Yeah, and like I said, Coach Cornea said that they would be mixing things up. You do see Zenix out there. Hunter Cornea, a freshman, just made that tackle. So a bit of a mixed bag out there to get a lot of guys playing time today. And, you want to rest your older kids in preparation for the semifinals next week, pending that this game continues the way it's going. So a 4-man front for UMA with 2 receivers to the right, a lone back in the backfield with the quarterback. He sends a man in motion. Play action pass. That is a nifty little play there as they do a short pass to that lone running back, and that will be another gain of about 4 on the play here.
And Bodie O'Mealy, number 32 on the tackle, coming up from behind.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Marauders as they are looking for their first 3rd down conversion of the ball game. As the last 3 possessions have been a 3 and out, looking for their first down today. And it is a bunched backfield. That will be a give up the middle. Plenty of room to run there, but the Rebels react quickly. He will not have enough for the first down as Hunter Cornea and Zenik.
It's going to be close. They're going to give it to him, Bradley.
Oh, they are going to give it to him. Okay. 1st and 10 for UMA. That was number 33, Jason Cordner, on the carry there. I believe that was Zenik Stocking and Hunter Cornea on the tackle, correct?
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout from UMA.
Okay, and we will take a timeout too. This is a T7 propane production of Rich High Rebel Football, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
We are back. 1st and 10 for UMA, heading left to right against the Rebels here. They are still in their own territory, about to the 35-yard line. Bunched backfield in the gun. They take the snap, a give up the middle, and that will be snuffed out again by Hunter Cornea. He's got to be the leading tackler on the team today so far.
At least.
So that is a gain of 2 on the play. Sullivan, the ball carrier, on the play. That will bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Marauders.
There you
the
go.
Marauders.
We'll have you good by the 2nd quarter, Bradley.
I'm sure a lot of people's ears are bleeding hearing me say that the wrong way. I apologize. Bunch backfield again, 4-man front, receiver to the right. Ball is snapped at quarterback keeper. He has plenty of room to run there, and he will have a gain of about
6 or
7. Yep, gain of 7 on the play there. That was number 14, David Shern. Not to be confused with David Stern. It was David Shern on the carry there.
If he would have broke that last tackle, he had some sideline to run on.
Yep, and so sub there, we have number 62. I believe that's Christian, let's see, 60.
On the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Christian Reese. Yep, Christian Reese in the ball game now. 4-man front for UMA, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped. He is back to pass. He does have a man deep once again. Will this one be overthrown? Just a tad. Every time, Rob, he has had a man with a step. That was number 3, Braden Walls, the intended receiver.
As I told you earlier, Bradley, he's got a gun, but it's not like it's a route. He's just launching that thing out there, hoping somebody's going to come down with it.
Yep, and that, let's see, he is a junior, I believe, so he will be another one that comes back next year. As you touched on, Rob, not a lot of seniors on this UMA team, so they're hoping to build a good foundation this year and just continue to get better year after year. So UMA does come to line. A 4th and short, 4th and 2 here for UMA. Bunch backfield with the receiver to the right. A pulling guard as they've got a counter going is given up the middle, and that will be enough for the first down. A gain of 6 on the play, which will give UMA a 1st and 10.
Jason Cordner, I believe, 33 on the carry, and that's going to do it for the first quarter, Bradley.
That is the first quarter. Rich High Rebels 19. The Utah Military Academy 0. We will be back after this. This is a T7 propane production of Rich High Rebel Football, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in on 98.3 KDQ FM.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care.
We are here, second quarter, starting here at Rich High School, as UMA will roll out to the right, trying to make something happen. He has a lot of room to run, and he does get a gain of about 7 on the play there.
Wilkes Weston just ran about 30 yards.
Yes, he did.
From one side of the field to the other.
Both he and David Shern from UMA ran a lot of yards there to get 7.
4 yards to go from the 48-yard line.
So that will bring up a 2nd and 4, Rob. Is that what we've got here?
2nd and 5, looks like.
2nd and 5 for UMA. As Shern will be in the back with a back to his right and his left with a lone receiver to his left, a 4-man front, and he is in the gun. He gets the snap and gives up the middle. Ball is loose.
Fumble on the play.
The crown of the Rebel helmet hit that ball right where you should, and that popped up, but UMA does recover there. That was Tasi Liafau who was recovered on the play there. You know, I'm always in awe of those announcers for BYU and Utah with the Polynesian last names that are pretty tricky. I'm sure I butchered that one too. But
well, there's a reason I was holding the paper out to let you say that, Bradley. Nobody else could see that.
Yeah. Well, and there is a great Polynesian culture down on the Wasatch Front, and that is where these guys. That's where this school is from, and so the Marauders have a receiver to the left and to the right. Timeout for the Rebels. We'll go to break as well. We are just getting the second quarter started here. 10.5 minutes to go. The Rebels are up 19-0 here early on in this game. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel football. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. You always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
We are back here, 3rd and 4 coming up for UMA as Shern is in the shotgun with a back to his left, 2 receivers to the right and left. And that will be a direct snap to our guy we were just talking about, and he fumbles it. So he ran over 2 Rebels that caused a fumble. That was, the ball carrier was number 63, Tasi Liafau, and the Rebels. Are they going? Was he down?
No, they're going to say he's down before the. Yep. So it's going to bring up 4th and 2.
So great job by the Rebel defense to stop him. That is a big load to stop. It was just a direct snap to Tossie, and the Rebels able to step up there. I don't know if you had the numbers of the tacklers there for the defense.
I did not. I was watching the ball.
As we all were. We were a little bit enthralled with such a big running back there. So Shern is in the shotgun with a back to his right and left. Ball is snapped, give up the middle, trying to get to the outside, and he does. That will be enough for a first down for the Marauders.
James Sullivan, number 18.
Sullivan. And he was injured earlier, so good to see him back, healthy, playing again. That will be enough for the first down for UMA. A fresh set of downs, 1st and 10.
It's taken out all the fun, Bradley, on this fancy field. You can actually see where the numbers are. You know where the ball is.
It's funny you bring that up, Rob. Earlier this week, I got a chance to talk to Kira Birkland, who's she's a House representative, I think, for the state of Utah that represents Rich County.
Yep.
She reffed here a couple years ago and got a concussion while she was reffing, and when I was talking to her about that, she asked if we still have really crooked lines, and I said, nope, in fact, we do not. And that is a muffed snap. That is going to push back UMA about 15 yards there as Shern was not able to handle that low snap. That will bring up a 2nd and long for the Marauders.
Tackles made by 64, Jackson Jolly.
Yep, he's gotten some action today. So,
30 yards to go.
Yep, 2nd and
8-yard line.
Well, we'll see how Travis Eborn, who's running the clock, see if he
2nd
does
and
how
20.
he is on the math on the scoreboard.
So
he's saying 2nd and 20.
Yep, 2nd and 20 for UMA. Shern is in the gun, and he will keep it, trying to get to the outside. He does break a tackle, but he is going backwards at this point, and that will be another loss for UMA.
You can credit 6600 Cornea for causing a lot of that difficulty.
So, Rob, there's a number of players to be excited about, and one that does continue to come up from the coaching staff is Hunter Cornea. He's had a great year defensively, not just in the JV games, but in practice as well. He's one that they have high hopes for. You'll probably see him getting some varsity time, at least on defense, next year as a sophomore.
And 65 Traxton Chandler on the tackle as well, playing up front. And they're going to sub out Christian Reese for Cornea right there.
Christian Reese in the ball game as UMA comes to the line, 3rd and a long ways to go, about 30 yards to go. Shern gets the snap, bobbles it just a little bit. He is able to stay up and launches it for a man who he had Sullivan was the intended target there, but that will bring up a 4th and 30 for the Marauders here. 8.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Rebels up 19-0. Feels like the Rebels have not had the ball for a while.
Yeah, I agree. That's been a long drive. Their last possession only lasted 12 seconds. So,
because of the fumble, correct?
No, because of the touchdown from Hudson when Rich had the ball.
Yep. So UMA will be back to punt, and I believe Braden Stokes back as the returner here, along with Nash Perry as the middleman.
Yeah, Braden Stokes was on coverage on that last pass play as well.
Yep, he's a great defensive back. That is just a short punt that will make it just past the line of scrimmage there. So the Rebels will take over in their own territory, trying to get some more points on the board, and it is the varsity offense coming back on the field, Rob.
Now, this is the best field position the Rebels have had so far.
Yes, they are on the UMA 40-yard line, trying to get some more points on the board as they find themselves up 19-0 here midway through the second quarter. Opening weekend of 8-man football here in Utah in the playoffs. As you touched on earlier, Monticello plays the other military academy.
Go ahead.
So Whitehorse plays
Water Canyon,
and Monticello would be playing.
Now Altamont gets St. Joseph.
And that's one to keep an eye on. St. Joseph's been another one that's been getting better and better each year. So they have Altamont tonight. Hoffman in the gun is back to pass. He has Smith on that out route right at the sticks. Good pass and catch there, as that'll be a gain of a 9 on the play, bringing up a Rebels 2nd and 1.
And the Rebels do get the winner out of that game, St. Joseph and Altamont. And we've seen Altamont this year and last year and the year before, so wouldn't be too bad to see somebody new from the competition.
Well, and I asked Coach Larson about that matchup. I said, does St. Joe's have a shot there? And he said, Altamont had some guys hurt when we played them the first time that are now back. He expects Altamont to win big and to be our opponent next week in Salt Lake for that semifinal game. Hoffman in the gun with a receivers to his right and left. He is back to pass. He is scrambling, trying to get to the outside here. He does have a man open in Hoffman, Riker Hoffman. And I believe that is his first catch back since his injury.
That is.
So great to see Hoffman back there. Hoffman to Hoffman. You wish we could have said that a lot more this year, but we're back to we're glad to have Riker back as he has a big catch and gain there to give the Rebels a first down now on their own on the UMA 19-yard line. On the 14-yard line. So Holmes will check in for Fonsbeck as the Rebels come with a 3-man front, and Hoffman has a lone receiver to his left Weston just to his left with Leifson and Holmes as receivers to his right. Hoffman will get the snap, a swing pass to Leifson to the right side. He makes a cut up field, and that will be good enough for a 3-yard, 4-yard gain.
By Tossie
LeFou on the tackle there.
There you go.
He's getting involved today. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Rebels as Riker Hoffman comes back in for Jet Holmes and Fonsbeck back in for Smith.
I want to know who was in charge of the weather, Bradley, because we got to send them a little bit of a plate of cookies or something.
I know. It's seriously like if we could have this weather every game, like even in September, this is amazing. This is great. So Hoffman in the gun once again with Hoffman to his right, West in the back to his left with 2 receivers to the left. And he has Hoffman in the corner of the end zone right on the money. That is a touchdown. Riker Hoffman, welcome back, buddy. And that is a great pass from Carter to Riker. We will go to the replay here, the Stacy's Repair replay. You see here that Riker was the lone receiver isolated to the right. Hoffman looks off to the left, which makes it so Riker has a wide open spot in the corner of the end zone. Welcome back to Riker Hoffman. It's great to see him out there.
Fonsbeck lines up for the 4th PAT attempt. He's 1 for 3.
Looking to make this a 26-0 lead as we are now at 25. Snap and hold are good, as is the kick. The Rebels now up 26-0 here in the second quarter. That'll take us to a break. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel Football, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We are back here at Rich High School, and Rob, we were just talking. We like the looks of the offense today.
Yeah, it's been a whole different playbook.
So Fonsbeck back to kick, and that will be back to Sullivan, who will return this. He gets past the 20 to the 25 to the 30 to the 35, and tackled out of bounds around the 37-yard line to start a new set of downs for UMA.
Yeah, I mean, it started with the first offensive possession as you went every pass play down for the first score, where 90% of the time that would have been 5 runs.
Yep, and so looks like we are going back to the freshman-sophomore defense. And, Rob, just a little side note, our freshmen and sophomores are very familiar with this UMA team. They went down and played them, 3 weeks ago on their home turf?
2 weeks
ago. So UMA will come to the line with a bunched backfield in shotgun, receiver to the left, 4-man front. The snap, they have an option quarterback keeper as Shern will have enough for the first down, gain of 11 on the play.
Great run by Shern. And love to see those little black pebbles of the turf fly up as he makes a cut.
I was talking to one of the janitors at the high school. She said that as she was cleaning the locker room for the first time after the turf field was done, she noticed all these black rubbery pebble things, and she was worried that something was wrong with the floor. Something was coming out of the floor that shouldn't be, and when she realized it was from the new field, she realized what was in store for her in the future for the next, forever years with this new field. So the Marauders come to the line, a 4-man front, bunched backfield with the receiver to the left. Shern gets the snap, and he is back to pass, and he has a man once again. Good coverage. There's that Scotty Wakefield on the coverage. He probably should have looked back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised we didn't see our first flag of the ball game, but an update from Lex Cornea, who is doing daddy duty, watching his daughter.
Correct, yep.
It is 22-13 Rich in the first.
Really? Great. So 22-13 for the Lady Rebels down in Richfield, getting ready to close that first set out. So UMA will come. New formation for UMA as they go trips right, receiver to the left. Schern is the lone quarterback in the backfield, and he will drop back to pass here. And he scrambles and does have room to run. He will have enough for the first down and then some as Stokes forces him out of bounds. Schern's a pretty good player. Like you said, he's got an arm where he's got strength, and he's able to move the ball with his legs as well. So that will give the Marauders a 1st and 10. 5.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Rebels up 26-0 on a great afternoon here in Rich County. And speaking of volleyball, we will be broadcasting that tomorrow. Audio only, as we do not have the broadcasting rights. If you want to see the visual, that's on KSL as we speak and for the rest of the weekend. But if you do want to listen in, we will be broadcasting tomorrow, and we'll have more times as the day goes on for that. Schern gets the snap. He gives to Sullivan, who breaks it to the right side. A good stiff arm to keep the run alive, and he'll be forced out by Scotty Wakefield after a gain of 7 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 3 for UMA.
Yeah, tough stiff arm on Porter Keats, number 30 on that one.
So, Rob, I want to make note, traditionally on the old field, the parents and fans love to be right on the sideline, and last week that didn't happen, but I'm starting to see a few more parents on the sideline. We'll see how long it lasts that people stay beyond the fences here. Some traditions die hard. Schern in the backfield as he has a quarterback keeper, a designed option play, and he will keep it for himself and then some. Stokes again forces him out of bounds, but not until after he has enough for the first down.
Number 2, Nash Perry, is slapping himself on the helmet because he nearly had him in the backfield.
Yes, he did.
Out of bounds by Stokes.
So a 1st and 10 for UMA as they're trying to get on the board here before the end of the second quarter. As the Rebel offense has been able to score at will, they are trying to get on the board as well to cut this margin a little bit.
They did score against the freshmen and sophomores 2 weeks ago.
So they have a fresh set of downs. 15-yard line, 15 yards away from getting on the board here in the quarterfinal matchup here at Rich High School. Schern back in the gun with a back to his right with 2 receivers to his left, a 4-man front. Sends Sullivan in motion, and he will keep it, and he is looking to pass. He does have a man, but he is going to get sacked in the backfield. It takes a couple of times, but the Rebels are able to tackle him down. He had a man wide open. I don't know if he saw him, but it was that number 89.
Getting a couple on the play, 2nd down.
I don't have an 89 on their roster, but he was wide open. He was wide open on the crossing route.
That's why he was wide open, Brad. He's not on the roster. Nobody knew about him. Max Weston on the tackle for the Rebels, but he broke several tackles in the backfield to get positive yards where it was going to be a 4 or 5 yard loss. Going to take a timeout. Brad, the Rebels take the first set in Richfield 25-18.
Perfect. So for our listeners who are interested, and everyone should be, the Rebels go on to beat Tabiona in the first set 25-18. Just a reminder, Tabiona, that is a tough first matchup because the Lady Rebels a few weeks ago, they went to Tabiona 1-5. Just a couple weeks ago, we had Tabiona at home, and we swept them 3-0. Rebels would love to get another sweep to open up state and play number 1 Valley later today at 6:30. So we will keep you updated on that. But yes, Lady Rebels 25-18 to start things off.
We talked about the scoreboard, Bradley, but I got a request to pan and show them that fine piece of equipment.
Nice new toy that we've got.
Yes, as we try to get back on the field.
So UMA will come to the field with 2nd and 8 ahead of them. 3-man front for Schern with a back to his right, a single receiver to his left, and doubles to the right. He is back to pass. He's looking. He is hit as he throws. He did have a man he wanted to throw to, but great rush there by Nash Perry, I believe, was there on the quarterback hurry.
I think he's was fired up after missing his opportunity earlier.
Yep, so that would have been a safety blitz for Nash Perry there, and that brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Marauders. Trying to get on the board here. I don't know what kind of field goal game they have. This may be 4-down territory for them to try to get into the end zone. As they will come to the line, a 4-man front with that tight end being there. Schern in the backfield with a back to his right and left, a lone receiver to his left. Looked like they had a man leave early, but they're not going to call that one. Schern back to pass. He's got pressure, but now he's going to run, and he will not get in, but he is very close. Enough for the first down.
And we get a late flag.
I think they had a man leave early. I don't know if that's the flag. That would be a weird place to put it. Maybe a defensive hold. I'm not sure what we're going to have here in the secondary.
Looks like they're having the conversation to decide what this one is going to be. But, yeah, I thought there was an offensive lineman that moved early but didn't see a flag go up. And they're back to the yellow flags, which should make it a little bit easier to see.
That's right. So pending the penalty, that was enough for a first down, but we have a hold on the offense, which is a real killer for this UMA offense, who was about to be a foot away from getting into the end zone, but that will now push them back.
Against Utah Military.
You can definitely tell there's frustration on that sideline.
Looks like it's going to be a spot foul, though, Bradley, because it's going to put the ball on the 12-yard line. So it's really back to the same play they were before.
Yep, so they are now at third and 7 for the Marauders. So no loss of down or anything. So they still have 2 more downs.
They actually picked up a yard on the play, I think, with the penalty.
Correct. Yep. From where, with it, like you said, with it being a spot foul. So Schern gets the snap. He is rolling to his right with a pulling guard in front of him. Well-designed play, but I don't know if he's going to have much to do out there. He will get a first down. Yep, he will get a first down.
He was very patient to let that thing unfold.
That's why I didn't know if he was going to be able to get much of anything, but there right at the end he was able to slip past the sticks. 1st and 10 for UMA. Really
actually,
depending on
first and goal.
First and goal. Excuse me. Yeah, 1st and goal for the Marauders. They've really been dependent on Sherm's legs so far in this drive. So Sherm is back again in the shotgun. We have not seen them go under center yet. They are definitely a shotgun team. 1st and goal. Schern gets the snap, and he will give it up the middle, and that will be very close here, and they are going to mark him short. That was a run up the middle by the freshman, number 33, Cordner. Nash Perry to make the stop there.
Well, actually 52, Jaden Bell, I think, hit him first.
Was the initial hit.
Yep.
So Jaden Bell with the initial contact. Bring up a 2nd and goal for the Marauders.
And it was a good stop. It looked like to me he was going to get in. So.
Yeah, this young Rich Rebel defense has done a good job holding their own, trying to keep the Marauders out, as the Marauders would love to get on the scoreboard here in the playoffs. And Schern in the backfield with back to his right and left in the gun. He gets the snap. It is a give just to the outside. We almost have him, but I believe that Sullivan is in, which he is. He just gets it to the right side, be able to stretch the field. We'll go to the replay there as the Rebels almost had him there. Our defensive end did a good job at getting out there, but Sullivan able to break that initial tackle and, like I say, stretch the field and get into the end zone for their first score of this ball game.
Looks like we're lining up for 2, Bradley, because I'm not seeing a kicker formation.
So we are at 26-6 in favor of the Rebels. And as Rob said, the Marauders will be going for 2 here as Sherm gets it, and he gives it to Sullivan. Same play, and he cuts it up, and that will be enough to give the Marauders a score plus a 2-point conversion, 26-8 in favor of the Rebels with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll go to break. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel Football. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We are back here at Rich High School, and again, we want to thank Scott Livingston for letting us use his big bus we have the radio up here, we're commentating up here, but we also have the announcer We have the score clock. Everything's being done right at the top of this bus, and we're right at about eye level of what I imagine the press box will be at next year. So UMA with their first kick of the ball game, that will go out of bounds, a short kick, which
looks like it's about the 37-yard line, Bradley. So if you throw the flag, it's at the 35.
Yeah.
So take the 37 and call it good. That was the varsity return team.
Yep, I imagine Coach Larson will do just that as the Rebels will take over 1st and 10. Coach Larson getting a quick word in with his offense before sending them out there on the field. We have not seen the JV offense just yet. It looks like Coach Larson's letting them have the first half, I'd imagine, get at least another score on the board here and even be able to play in the second half as well a little bit. But Hoffman will take the field with the starting offense, 1st and 10. Going the other direction. A reminder, if anyone missed it, the Lady Rebels did win the first set down in Richfield, 25-18 against Tabiona. A big first set win for the Lady Rebels. So Hoffman will come to the line under center with Perry, the lone receiver, to the right. Weston, the lone back with a 5-man front. That will be a give to Weston as he's able to break free with a lot of running room, makes a cut. He may take this one as he is going up the sideline to the 10, to the 5, touchdown for Drake Weston. Just a simple lead play that leads to about a 55-yard touchdown for Drake Weston. As you'll see there, similar to Leifson's run, that cutback after the initial run up the line as he got to the second level of the defense and able to win that foot race as he, just as his counterpart, Hudson Perry, have great speed in that backfield. And a great run there by Drake Weston. And now the Rebels looking to extend this lead as they are now up 32-8 as Dylan Fonsbeck heads out to attempt the extra point. And that replay was brought to us by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Dylan Fonsbeck out to attempt the extra point. The ball is snapped, a bit of a high snap. Hoffman able to get it down, and Fonsbeck, good, pretty kick right through the uprights. So the Rebels are now up 33-8 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I'm a little worried about time of possession, Bradley, because I don't think the Rebels are leading in that category.
They are definitely not leading.
They seem to score too quickly.
Yep, the Rebels have done an efficient job offensively today in terms of it usually has just taken a few plays to be able to reach the end zone, which, Rob, if you're Coach Larson and his staff, that's exactly what you want out of this game. Be able to run a lot of plays that you haven't run too much of, which we've seen, keep everyone healthy, and let younger kids get some reps as well in a first-round game, and that's exactly what we've seen so far here today.
Looks like Paxton Nicolademus, number 5, is going to get the kicking duties for the kickoff.
So this is the JV kick team. Some new faces out there. Kirk and Tony and Boston. There's a few new ones out there. And as you say, Paxton Nicolademus to kick. Definitely the best last name in the county, that Greek last name. As Paxton does kick it, and it will go back to, I believe, Sullivan from the 20-yard line. And that will be returned to the 40. So the Marauders will take over on their own 40-yard line, heading the other way, 1st and 10, as the defense for the Rebels takes the field, looking to try to keep the Marauders out to end the half.
Looks like it is 9-9 in set number 2, Bradley.
So the Lady Rebels have a battle going on down in Richfield, just 4 hours south of us. And we keep our fingers crossed for them to be able to advance to the quarterfinal match later today at 6:30.
Can you get from Randolph to Richfield by 6:30, Bradley?
If we leave, let's see. Nope. So the Marauders will take over. Ashurin in the backfield with backs to his right and left, a single receiver to the left. That will be a play-action pass. He goes deep to a man that's in double coverage. Paxton Nicolademus and Dylan Wasden in coverage there, but there is a flag on the play.
I think we're going to get some pass interference.
Broken up by Wasden and Nicolademus, but there is
Gave him a sandwich there, but I think they're going. I'm not sure who they're going to give the penalty to.
So it will be a pass interference on the Rebels, which will give the Marauders that first down and move the ball further downfield, and they will have a fresh set of downs to work with now in Rebel territory, just across midfield on the 45-yard line.
Now, good coverage, but we talked about his arm before. That quarterback does have.
Yeah, he just launches it down there. So Schern, same formation, a back to his right and to his left with a receiver to the far left, a four-man front. The ball is snapped to Schern, and he will keep it on his own, and he fakes to the right and then to his left, but a great tackle there
Schern, the ball carrier.
by that was
Riker Kirk.
Riker Kirk, yep. So a great job by Riker to stay home as they do some zone blocking where it's kind of left up to the runner to find the gap. You've seen that they've done well with that in some possessions today. Schern did that, but Kirk, great heads-up play, having that backside pursuit and bringing him down with that shoelace tackle. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 11 for UMA after that one-yard loss to start this out.
Got a minute 43 left in the half.
So if you're UMA, you really want to get into the end zone, but that is a tough task to ask 45 yards away. As Schern is in the backfield with two backs to his right and left, he will go to the air here as it is a play action. He goes deep once again. He has a man, Paxton Nicodemus, on coverage. No flag on the play as Paxton stays on him. I believe.
I think Zenik Stocking actually, number 9.
Is that who it was? Zenik?
Yeah.
So Zenik Stocking on the coverage there. Good coverage to bring up 3rd and 11 for UMA here, as I got to assume that this is 4-down territory. They're going to go for it and try to get into the end zone before the half. If you're UMA, you honestly do not want to give the Rebels the ball back. We talked about time of possession. Rebels have been able to strike very quickly so far.
They need about 20 seconds.
So a minute 21 here to go in the first half as Schern is in the gun and gets the ball in the snap. He just gives it up the middle here as UMA does get a run on the left side, but we have a flag on the play.
I think we're going to get a hold, and the player is having a little conversation with the referee that threw the flag.
Yep, so that was on number 52 for UMA, so that's going to push them back another 5 yards.
Sean Malaulu on the hold.
Yep, so Malaulu on the hold. That will bring up it'll be a 3rd down again, but 5 yards back. Minute 12 to go here in the half.
Military Academy.
I think it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so going to bring up a 3rd and 21.
And for our Rich High alumni and Rich High longtime viewers, you can see the back of the blue box back there in the screen. Rob, does it make you a little sad that a game will never be called from there again?
I won't tell you how many hours. I won't tell you how many hours I sat in that top of that blue box watching middle school games and little league games.
Yep, for sure. A lot
as
of
well as high
there.
School games.
So UMA with trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Sherm drops back to pass. Good coverage there by the Rebels, number 72.
K. Jacobs.
K. Jacobs, the intended target here. I believe Breaker Willis on the coverage there.
That'll bring up 4th down.
I'm getting my numbers crossed up. There you go. Yeah, Breaker Willis on the coverage. I'm looking at 72, but on the wrong side of the stat sheet.
So this will bring up a 4th and long. Yes, the Marauders definitely out of range to go for it as they will punt it back to, I believe that's Paxton Nicodemus, back to receive here. Just a minute to go here, 58 seconds to go as UMA will punt this. He does get a good punt here as that will bounce back to Paxton. We'll see if he returns it. He will not. So with 49 seconds to go here, the Rebels will take over 1st and 10. So, Rob, what do you do here as Coach Larson? You can try to strike again, and that will all but say your starters probably won't do much in the second half, or you can kind of play this one safe and give the starters a few more reps in the second half. It's kind of, good options either way.
It is. You got to remember UMA won the toss, and they elected to receive, so the Rebels will get the ball at the start of the second half.
Yep, that's a good point.
Looks like we're going to take a knee right here, Bradley.
Okay, so looks like Coach Larson will elect to kill the, run out the clock. He should only have to do that twice before going to the locker room for the half. Good solid half for the Rebels up 33-8 here in our first round quarterfinal matchup.
Got a math problem for you, Bradley. It was tied at 9, and it's now Rich 18-13. So Rebels on a 9-4 run. I'll do it for you.
There you go. I was just going to let you do it. I didn't even try.
I even have my shoes on, and I pulled that one off.
So a successful day so far for the Lady Rebels and for the Rich High Rebel football team. That'll bring us to the half. Rich High Rebels 33, the UMA Marauders 8. We'll be back after this. When we come back, standout student of the week, which was our own J.J. Chandler. We'll talk with him right after this.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
It is time for our standout student segment, and I am here with my friend J.J. Chandler. J.J. is the son of Jason and Tina Chandler. He hails from Woodruff, and I'm excited to chat with him. J.J., how is your day going?
My day is going pretty good. Started off a little chilly, but we're doing good.
Yeah, so this interview will air Friday before the football game, but we're sitting here on a crisp Tuesday morning, and it has snowed up here in Rich County. But JJ, you're a snowmobiler, so when you see snow, you're not like everyone else that's dreading it and complaining on Facebook. You're actually really excited to see the white stuff, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited.
I hear that you have some fans in the background, JJ. Is that a common thing? Do you have a group of fans that follow you around school?
Sometimes, mainly in Ashbury.
Well, JJ, so the regular season is over. Senior night is over. The only thing in your sights now is a state championship, and that starts Friday with the military academy coming up to Ridge High School. How are you feeling about this postseason coming up?
I'm kind of nervous because I don't want it to end. It's been a good ride so far, but I also really want another state championship. So far, so good.
This would be the ring number 2 for you, JJ. If we're able to take state this year, which we are favored to do so, and a big part of it is that offensive line that you're part of. JJ, talk to me about the brotherhood that has been formed with your classmates, and obviously it takes all 4 classes, freshman through senior, to get a state championship, but talk to me about the camaraderie you have with your senior class. I've fortunately been involved with you guys since you were junior hires, and you had a great team then. You have a great team now. What's it been like growing up with these guys alongside of you?
It's been really nice, especially like small school like this, everybody. But mainly when you're growing up with kids, that you play football with, and there's a bunch of joking around, but when it comes time to get things done, we as a team, we can all pull together and do what we need to do.
And JJ, talk to me about the brotherhood on the offensive line, as that's always a very, very important unit on any football team. Talk to me about what that's been like for you this year, because you guys have been a really good unit together. What's that been like working together with those guys?
It's been really good. I really like how when there's a problem, we're not afraid to we're not afraid to tell each other, hey, you're doing this wrong and you need to start fixing it before coach puts you on the sideline. There's a lot of respect that comes with that we can tell each other about that, and we can, make sure we do better as a team, mainly.
That's great. And JJ, we'll segue away from just football. Let's talk about your senior year in school. What's been a highlight of your senior year thus far as you're about halfway done?
A highlight would be just hanging out with all of my football friends. I've been working through school, but I've kind of put off work to go hang out with friends because I know this is my last year to give a last hoorah, and it's really nice to really know that I've got friends at my table. And
well, those are the memories that you'll take with you. Trust me. It's exactly what you said. As time goes on, a lot of the memories from high school fade, but the memories of hanging out with your friends is the one that always stays with you. So JJ, I always like to ask students during this segment to give a shout out to a teacher who's had an impact on your life the last 4 years at Rich High School. Who would that be in your mind?
That would be Lex Cornea for me. He's our defensive coordinator, and he's a really great teacher. There's nothing that you couldn't ask him or, tell him that he wouldn't be able to support you with that. Especially football too. You have a football question, you go to Lex and he'll be able to answer it for you and make sure you know how to do it better than what you were.
That's a great shout out, JJ. And so what are your plans after high school? What do you have in store for after you graduate?
After I graduate, I'm thinking about going on a mission. I don't know yet, but I for sure want to go to either Bridgeland or, Davis Tech for my diesel mechanic and welding degree.
That's awesome. That's smart. Those degrees at Bridgeland and Davis Tech are so valuable right now in the world. So hats off to you for doing that and going that route. Well, JJ, that'll wrap up our standout student segment, and just want to say how proud of you we are. And you've had a great career at Rich High School, Rich Middle School, all of it. And we're going to be cheering you on as you look to cap it off with, like you said, another state championship. Going back to back your junior and senior year would be a super exciting thing to do.
Thank you, Bradley.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
It is now time for our weekly coaches show, and I'm here with Coach Larson, and things are getting exciting. We wrapped up the regular season, which was a success, and it was a great year. We've wrapped up senior night, and we are now setting our sights on a state championship, which would be a back-to-back state championship. But first and foremost, we have a game this week against the Utah Military Academy. Coach, great job this year. I believe, like I said, it was a very successful season, and now you've got the postseason ahead of you. How are you feeling about things going into these potentially next 3 games?
Feeling pretty good. It's been rough the last couple weeks, it feels like it was a little bit of a lull, not a lot going on. I think there were some parents, people in the community, and I speak for the team, that we were a little disappointed with how senior night turned out, with the game being partially canceled, and that was kind of in the unknown. So that was, I think, hard for the kids. And then after that game, we had a bye week last week. It almost felt like for a little bit like the season had ended and it was kind of in a lull. But I think the kids did a really good job of trying to stay focused. We had one day where we just went and did some service, and then we had a black and white scrimmage, and we tried to make it pretty live, and had Colin Pace came. He officiates. He came and officiated our game for us. So that was successful, just to keep the kids' interest peaked and stay locked in that way. So I think now that we're finally back to a regular full game week, things are looking good. Kids are excited.
So tell me about the day of service that you guys did. That's been something that you've instilled since becoming the head coach at Rich High School, a day of service. Tell our listeners kind of what that entailed that day.
I love letting the kids do it because it gives an opportunity for the kids to give back to people in the community who support us and who support boosters that donate and support, and then even just the parents, right? The parents of the players that spend so much time to have a full cooler on every single bus trip and feed them at every single game film. I feel like the parents are amazing. So it's an opportunity for us to try to find some needs out there and let kids go serve and give back to those people. And I thought this year was really fun. There were definitely some people in the community that they were able to help. And I think it's just fun for the kids to be able to go and talk to someone that maybe doesn't get to see a lot of people, and they get to have the full attention of 5 to 10 young men and have them be at their service, even if it's just to let them shoot the bowl.
Yeah, I think that's a great tradition, and a way to give back, like you say, to those that support these boys so well throughout the year. So, Coach, just looking at the bracket for the 8-man state championship this year, we'll be playing the Utah Military Academy from Camp Williams today, as this will air on Friday. And then on our side of the bracket, number 5 St. Joe's versus number 4 Altamont. So we potentially will play the winner of that game. And then on the other side, Monticello coming in as the 2 seed. They will play the other Utah Military Academy from Hillfield, and they will play the winner of that game will play the winner of number 3 Water Canyon.
Tried to fit in my interview with Coach Larson. We're a little bit shorter on time today, so I'm going to cut that one short. Rob, give us a quick run-through of the first half highlights.
Well, UMA won the toss and elected to receive. They went 3 and out. Hudson Perry, the Rebels had a 5-yard drive. Hudson Perry with a 24-yard run to the 1-yard line, and then a 1-yard pass from Carter Hoffman to Hudson. Made it 6-0 with the missed extra point. UMA goes 3 and out. And the Rebels have a 2-play drive. It's a pass to Caden Nelson for about 36 yards, and he got tackled by the turf monster. And then Sam Leifson gets a 12-yard run into the end zone that's 12-0 with 4:43 left in the first quarter. PAT again missed. The Rebels next time 1 play, 56-yard touchdown run by Hudson Perry. This time the PAT's good. It is 19-0 in the second quarter. Carter Hoffman, 11-yard pass to Riker Hoffman to make it 26-0. James Sullivan with a 1-yard run for the touchdown for UMA, and he also gets the 2-point conversion to make it 26-8. And then Drake Weston, a 1-play drive, 63 yards to the house, gives us our 33-8 halftime score.
Great half of football for the Rich Rebels in this first round matchup of the 8-man playoff here at Rich High School, as we start this second half with UMA kicking to the Rebels, and that will go to Hudson Perry on the bounce. Trying to set up a reverse potentially, but this one could go the distance. I believe Hudson held up a little bit there to give the Rebels the ball on the 35-yard line.
Yep, and our mystery guy, number 89 from on neither roster, makes the tackle.
So the Rebels will take over 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line, as Carter Hoffman and company will take the field. Drake Weston hopping off, and the Rebels looking to extend this lead as they find themselves up 33-8 here to start the second half, as Hoffman comes to the line, 3-man front with doubles to his right, doubles to his left, so he is the lone man in the backfield in the gun. The ball is snapped. He is back to pass, and he is scrambling, trying to find a lane here. He continues to roll to his right, and he finds Daniel Smith open on the sideline. That will be almost enough for the first. That will be enough for the first. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Rebels after that scramble and throw from Hoffman to Smith.
And poor I didn't see the number on the UMA rusher, but he had triple team. Talon Pace took him out as Carter continued to scramble and gave Daniel Smith time to find a opening.
And this has been a great game for Carter to be able to practice this of keeping the plays alive, giving his guys time to get away from their defenders. Just a good-looking offense so far today here as Hoffman comes to the line again with trips to his right, a single receiver to his left. Ball is snapped. Hoffman will run to his right, a quarterback keeper. That will be probably enough for the first down as well. 10-yard gain for Hoffman, as that will be enough for the first down.
Haven't seen that play all game long, Bradley.
That is the first design quarterback keeper that we've had here. Been able to open up the playbook, and that'll actually be just short of a first down. So 2nd and 1 coming up for the Rebels as Weston and Grohl come in for the Rebels.
Update from Lex Cornea, 8-6 in the third set. I don't know if we mentioned, but the Rebels did take set number 2.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned that. So the Lady Rebels up 2-0 against Tabiona. Big game if they can move on and play number 1 Valley later today. Hoffman in the backfield, drops back. He's got a man deep in Weston, right where it needs to be. Great pass and catch there. Hoffman putting it right where it needed to be as Weston was in double coverage, but Hoffman was able to put it right where the defenders were not. We'll look here on the Stacy's repair replay. Hoffman to Weston right at the sideline. Weston able to get those feet down as we now have 1st and 10. The Rebels 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line.
Looks like your nephew Jet Holmes will be as quarterback, Bradley.
So we will see if that was Hoffman's final play at quarterback today, as I'm sure Coach Larson will start to filter in younger players. Holmes in the backfield. Swing pass out to Perry to his left. Perry makes a man miss. Great miss there. Great cut as Hudson makes it into the end zone off of a swing play to the
they're
left.
They're going to count him down at the 1-yard line.
At the 1. Well, out of fear of not missing the next play, we'll come back to that replay we got. Great way to make that first man miss and a second guy miss right as he was taken down at the goal line. Great play there by Perry. As it looks like Fonsbeck coming in with the play here. Rebels knocking on the door for another score.
Clock's not going on us. Travis.
Yep, there you go. So first and goal, first and inches for the Rebels here, looking to extend this lead early in the second half as we're just a minute in to this second half game. Holmes is under center, and it looks like we will get a timeout for the Rebels.
Play took way too long to get it in and get it set up.
One of the frustrations for a coach is getting that play in and taking way too long. But we'll go to the replay here. Stacy's replay. Holmes hits Perry right on the left side on a swing pass. Look at him make that man miss. A lot of black pebbles coming up there. Makes another man miss and brought down just before the goal line. We'll go to break. This is a My Local Radio production sponsored by T7 Propane. Listening at 98.3 KDQFM and watching online at mylocalradio.com.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Legacy Beach. Great beaches in the summer, 10 minutes from Beaver Mountain in the winter. Townhomes now starting at $649 for poolside townhomes.
We are back. We'll do the fan cam right after this. We'll see if the Rebels get in here as Holmes is under center on the 1-yard line. A fake to Jordan Johnson, I believe, is the recipient there. Am I right?
You are.
So that was a fake to Jordan Johnson and then given right back to him in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Jordan Johnson. So 2 of our big guys getting touches today. That's exciting. One of the good things about 8-man is those down linemen are able to be eligible receivers in some circumstances. So that will bring the Rebel lead 39-8 with Dylan Fonsbeck looking to extend it to 40-8.
The extra point.
Low snap, but Hoffman's able to get it down, and Fonsbeck kicks it up through. So that will bring the score 40-8 here early in the second quarter. Rob, let's go to our Bear Lake Realty fan cam, as we've got kind of an interesting setup here. We still don't have bleachers installed.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Legacy
We're
Beach.
Go to
Great
a break
beaches
here
in the
and then
summer,
the fan cam.
10 minutes from Beaver Mountain in the winter. Townhomes now starting at $649 for poolside townhomes.
We always look forward to our third quarter fan cam, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, and we're dealing with some sun behind us, so it's a little bit hard for us to see who we're seeing in the camera here, but we want to thank Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty for sponsoring My Local Radio's production of all Rich High sports. Gary does a great job. If you're looking for a place in the Bear Lake area, he is the man to talk to. So that will bring us back to live action as the Rebels are now up 40-8. Once you're up 35, that is a running clock, so we're knocking on the door of that. Is Nicola Demas, a high kick to UMA, and that will be recovered by UMA and returned for a yard as they will take over. First and 10.
Our mystery Marauder number 89, and we have an update from set number 3. Rich is up 16-12.
Well, it's now 17-14. Travis has it pulled up live here,
there you go.
We got it now.
There we go.
I kept hearing a whistle, and I didn't know what I was coming from, but it's from the volleyball game. So, but yeah, no, you're good. So we will keep you updated on the Lady Rebels. They're up 17-14 in the 18-14 in the third set. Looking to close this one out in three sets would be huge for the Rebels against that good Tabiona team. So UMA comes to the line with a 4-man front. Sherm with backs to his right and left, a lone receiver to his right. It will be a play action. He will go deep once again. Sherm has a man, not really looking, and Riker Hoffman will have the interception there, but I'm guessing this is coming back on a pass interference. Is that what you're seeing, Rob?
Unless it's offensive pass interference, but I think Hoffman may have held him earlier, but we will find out which way they're going to throw the flag.
Yeah, as the ball got there, I didn't see pass interference on Hoffman. Like you said, maybe offensive pass interference, if anything, and there it is. Okay. Yeah, we did not see defensive pass interference there. So offensive pass interference penalty will be declined by Coach Larson, so the Rebels will take over.
First turnover of the ball game?
First turnover of the ball game. We had that fumble that was recovered by their own guys. But
yeah, there's been a couple fumbles that have been recovered by.
So the Rebels will take over, and it looks like Coach Larson wants to get the right personnel in. You're going to start seeing the younger guys filter through on offense. So we're going to go to break. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel football. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in on 98.3 KDQFM.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
The Rebels will now take the field with the JV offense led by Jet Holmes, with Carter Grohl as the back, Paxton Nicodemus as the wide receiver, with two more receivers to the left with Wasden and I believe White O'Mealy potentially there on the left-hand side. Holmes back to pass. He gets it to Wasden, who bobbles it, and that will be an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Rebels. And Rob, we've got 22-15 for the Lady Rebels, 3 points away from closing this first game out with Tabiona to advance to the next round.
Well, if you remember, Bradley, it was a 5-set win by the Rebels in Tabiona, but then here at home, a 3-0 sweep of the Rebels over.
And they're knocking on the door to do that again. Yep, as our Lady Rebels are up 22-16. We are cheering them on from up here and excited to see what they'll do down there this weekend at State. Holmes in the gun with Grohl to his right, with doubles to his left, single receiver to his right. Again, they'll get a quick slant to Wasden. This time a completion, gain of 8 on the play there from Holmes to Wasden, bringing up a 3rd and 2 coming up for the Rebels.
Kudos to Coach Larson for calling the exact same play to let Dylan catch that one and make up for the drop pass on the play before.
So Nash Perry will now come in for Wasden. Rebels come to the line. Not a lot of run plays today, which has been fun. A lot of pass plays, and Holmes in the gun once again with Grohl to his left. Doubles to his right, a single receiver to the left. Snap is low. Holmes is able to recover it. He's now scrambling to his right, trying to find a man. He's just going to tuck it and go, and he's got a lot of room to work with. Plenty of room for the first down, which he will get as he is forced out of bounds by number 11, which is Tyler Muse, giving the Rebels a first down, 1st and 10 on the Marauders' 40-yard line.
It's hard to run a lot of run plays when they go for 64 yards, Bradley.
That's right. Not, as you say, time of possession. We haven't had a ton today, but it's not a bad problem to have, Rob. So the Rebels now doubles to the right, single receiver to the left. Holmes in the backfield with Grohl to his left in the shotgun. Snap is good. Holmes gets it, a quick screen out to Paxton Nicolademus, but that is snuffed out by number 49, Dylan Hennifer. Definitely snuffed that one out there, bringing up a 2nd and 15 for the Rebels here.
Great coverage.
Yep, he read that screen immediately.
And that is set number 3, 25-17 with Leah Peterson making the final kill. I do believe she is our standout student for the volleyball game tomorrow.
Yep, we'll hear from her tomorrow. Great job, Lady Rebels. Moving on to play, I am sure, number 1 Valley tonight at 6:30. So tune into KSL for that one, as they will have a live stream. Holmes gets the snap, quick slant to Perry as he had his head on a swivel the whole time as he caught that.
That's a good description, Bradley.
Yep. So Perry, that is good enough for a 6-yard gain. With that big loss we had on the play before, that is now a 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Rebels.
On the play will bring up a 3rd down.
You know, Nash, he makes up for the lack of size with how good a hands he has. I coached him last year, and I took him down to some 7-on-7s with his class. He's got great hands. He's got really good hands, and he's got the ambition and the motivation of a big guy, so he'll be just fine, just a freshman. So Holmes is now in the gun with trips to his right, made up of O'Mealy, Stocking, and Stokes, and a Nicolademus to the left. He is rushed heavily, but he gets it off to Zenick, and Zenick's able to get just about to the first down there. That will bring up a 4th and about 3 coming up here.
And kudos to Zenick. He has been injured all year long, and he's waving his arm like that was not a good thing to do, but one of his first catches of the year, I believe, because he's been out for so long.
Well, I was talking to his dad before the game, and that injury has made it so that the nerves in his arm are just a little funky right now, to where he loses feeling in his arm, and you can see him waving it, trying to get the feeling back. It's like a lifelong funny bone that he's got going on, but good pass and catch there for him on that gain, as the Rebels have a 4th and 3 coming up here. As Holmes in the gun, he is scrambling around trying to find open man, and he does have one deep in Wasden, right on the money, and that is a touchdown from Holmes to Wasden. There was a lot of patience in that play, and Wasden able to get into the end zone on a deep post route, as Holmes bought time with the scramble and is able to hit him right on the money here on the Stacey's Repair score replay. Hits him right in stride. Great play there. The Rebels getting on the board once again.
It looked like Jet had plenty of running room to his left, but as soon as he came back into the pocket, it was not a lot of options, so great decision-making to throw that one down to Dylan.
Well, and I think he and Carter both today have had plenty of running room, but they, quarterbacks love to be able to throw it, and so I've appreciated watching them be patient and wait for that open guy. And that is a good point after, and will bring our score, the Rebels, 47, with UMA remaining at 8. We'll be back after this.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Welcome back. We are here at Rich High School. The Rebels 47, the Utah Military Academy 8, as Nicola Demas kicks off deep to the Marauders, and they will fumble that return. They are able to pick it up, but Scotty Wakefield along with, I believe that was Christian Reese on the tackle there.
Right. Tony Maldonado, number 22, had him tied up there right as he made his first move.
Let me just tell you, Rob, and this involves your son, but, you know, Samuel hasn't been out there for a bit just because of the score, but he was the first one out there to celebrate with Scotty Wakefield, one of his first varsity tackles this year. It's nice to see a senior giving a freshman some kudos there on the sideline. 6.5 minutes to go here, as I believe we will have a running clock here. It's that 35-point margin, so pending a UMA score, it'll be a running clock for the remainder of the game. As Sherm is back in the gun, he is trying to avoid a safety as he is back in his own territory, and we will see what kind of progress they'll give him.
Yeah, they're going to give him the forward progress about the 3-yard line.
So good pressure by Bodie O'Mealy there, and it will bring – or was that Wyatt O'Mealy? I believe that was Wyatt O'Mealy. Might have been both of them, actually. They were both back there.
Could have been brothers.
We'll give it to Bodie and Wyatt on the pressure there. Nearly a safety for the Rebels, but that will bring up a second and long for the Marauders, as this is a tough place to be in, as you're now third and long deep in your own, or second and long deep in your own territory, in your end zone.
How many brothers get to play defensive line together? That's
opposite of each other. That's pretty cool. Yep. Yeah, Bodie and Wyatt O'Mealy with Valen Corney in the middle of them. Sherm gets the snap. He's got to get rid of it quick as he's in his own end zone, and he does. He's got a few options out there, and he does complete it. He does complete that.
Number 18, James Sullivan.
Sullivan with the reception.
And a first down.
Yep. Deep pass. It was a good job by Sherm to sit back there in his own end zone, be patient, and he hits it right on the money, as that was double coverage, and he was able to put it right the only place you could have put it, without getting an interception. So the Marauders will keep this drive going, 1st and 10 after that long completion.
It's a good thing they moved this game up to 3 o'clock, Bradley, because I think it's going to get a little bit chilly.
Yep. That brisk Rich County air has arrived. We were spoiled for the first half. So Sherm sends a man in motion. Sullivan, he gives it to Sullivan, the man who caught that last pass, and that will be a gain of 4 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 6.
And Valen Corney, number 13, with the stop on that one.
And so once again,
4, 2nd down and 6.
Once again, the Rebels moving on, Lady Rebels moving on in the state tournament to that quarterfinal matchup with, I keep saying Valley Buffaloes just because I'm assuming they won their first game, being the number 1 seed. A big game later today. That'll be streamed on KSL for anyone who wants to see that. And we will be streaming tomorrow down in Richfield, audio only, if you are listening on the radio on 98.3 KDQ FM. Sullivan with the give up the middle again. That will be nearly enough for a first down, just short. So 3rd and 1 coming up for UMA.
Number 85, Tag Stewart with the tackle.
That'll bring up 3rd and a short yard to go for the first down.
UMA, I would assume, are in 4-down territory, as it is 3rd and 1. I'm not sure what the discussion is between the officials, but
and if I'm Coach Schulte, I mean his runs up the middle have been successful against this JV defense. We're not able to get that penetration right off the handoff, so you may see that here as Sherm's in the backfield with 2 running backs. They are going to go play action here. He goes deep to his man on the outside. Great coverage there by Zenick Stocking.
For number 5.
He did a perfect job not having any pass interference there, getting the arm out in front of the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 4th and 1 for UMA.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here. I was a little bit surprised to see the pass play in the play before.
Well, and it's most likely because Schulte thought, if we don't get this pass play, we'll just potentially run it on the next one on that 4th and short. So we are just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter in the second half of the first-round playoff, 8-man playoff against the Utah Military Academy. As Sherm will keep it on his own. He's got to get to the edge, and he will not.
I think
Did he?
Yeah, he got it.
He got it. Okay, so he just got past the sticks. I got ahead of myself there. So Sherm gets enough for the first down, as that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Marauders.
First down at the 40-yard line.
So Hunter Cornea will come off. Valen Cornea taking his place. And UMA looking to extend this drive, try to get some more points on the board as we are just under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter before we start the fourth quarter.
I'm impressed that we got the third quarter on the scoreboard there, Bradley.
Well, it didn't happen right. It was the third quarter happened, I'll tell you that much. So Sherm is back in the backfield with 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, with a lone back beside him. He is back to pass. He's got a man. That might be intercepted. Oh, just dropped by Scotty Wakefield. 85 tag.
Tag Stewart.
Tag Stewart. That was gift wrapped for him. Those are kind of like those wide open layups, right? It's just, everybody's expecting it to happen, and there's a little bit of pressure there. So hopefully Tag gets another shot at one before the day's over.
Hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands.
That's right. So 2nd and 10 coming up for UMA here after that nearly intercepted ball.
Now, we talked about it earlier. The quarterback, he likes to put a lot of air under that, David Shern.
Yep, and I don't think they have any short routes. They are going deep every time. So Sherm in the backfield with 2 running backs to his right and left, a lone receiver to his right. This time will be a give to Sullivan on the right-hand side. He breaks the tackle, and a big gain there. I think he has about a 7-yard gain there on the play.
Stocking made the stop.
Zenick with the tackle. Zenick having a good day today. He's gotten that reception and a couple tackles, a good deflection earlier on this possession.
Now 72, Breaker Willis is just coming off the field right now. He had a shot at Shern, chased him in the backfield, but Shern's speed just
out of
enough
his grasp.
Out of his grasp, yep.
And this will most likely be the final play of the quarter as we're at 13 seconds to go here. If the Marauders are able to get it off just under 10 seconds now, as Sherm, the lone back with 2 receivers to his left, he sends a man in motion. He is going to be a play action, looking to go to Sherman on the left-hand side. Sullivan, on the left-hand side, incomplete. That'll bring the third quarter to a close with the Rich High Rebels 47, the Utah Military Academy 8. We'll be back after this. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich High Rebel football, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQFM.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
We are back. Start of the fourth quarter. Rich High Rebels up 47-8 here as the first quarter begins with Sherm in the backfield. That will be a give around the left side as they are able to get a first down and then some. Braden Stokes able to get the tackle there, but not before a big gain. A big gain for the Marauders.
Stokes made the stop.
Number 33, Jason Cordner on the run.
Once again, if this roster is correct, that is another freshman contributing for UMA.
The 38-yard line.
And that's a good-sized freshman.
Yep, so the Marauders really want to get another score on the board here, as it is a running clock at the moment, so that time's going to go away really fast. So Sherm in the gun once again with a bunched backfield and a receiver to his left. Sherm gives it once again to his man, ran it on the last one, and he is a good strong runner. Again, that was number 33, Jason Cordner. He's run hard every time he's gotten it today.
Valen Cornea, number 13, with the tackle, along with Hunter Cornea.
And Cornea made the stop.
Yep, these are my boys, Rob. I was coaching them over in Laketown just a year ago, so it's good to see them out here in the playoffs getting some action. So the Marauders 2nd and 5 coming up for Sherm and company, as he's got a lone receiver to his right, receivers to his right and left. It is now a designed option to the left side, and Sherm's going to keep it. Not enough for the first down, as it'll now be a 3rd and 3 coming up for UMA.
We're trying to see. Looks like Scotty Wakefield on the tackle, number 82.
So Wakefield on the stop, as this is 4-down territory, so UMA will try to extend this drive and potentially get a little bit more points on the board before the end of this game here. Once again, running clock. We're just under 10 minutes to go here. So Sherm in the backfield with a running back to his right and left. He is back to pass. He's got Sullivan open just past the sticks. That's a good play. He comes right out of the backfield. If he goes unaccounted for, he's wide open, just like we saw there. And I'm sure defensively the Rebels will make that adjustment that you have to account for that bunched backfield on those pass plays.
Little swapping on the defense. Nicola Demas and Christian Reese back in on defense.
So, Rob, let's talk next week. So the game will be in Salt Lake next Friday at the Real Salt Lake.
Zions Bank Stadium.
Zions Bank Stadium.
Yep, it's in Harriman.
Is that where the Monarchs play? Is that whose stadium that is, I believe?
I think it's a practice stadium.
Practice stadium. It's a really cool setup, especially for smaller schools. There's not a ton of stands, but we really fill them. It'll be a good time. Sherm back to pass, and that is right into the hands of a Rich Rebel. I believe that is Scotty Wakefield, as he's trying to get ahead of Sherm. Great interception and return there by Scotty Wakefield. We're going to go to the replay there. Scotty Wakefield makes a great play. He intercepts it right in stride. This is a Stacy's Repair replay. Great job by Scotty. As I say, he caught that right in stride and had a good return there. Good for him. Good highlight in the playoffs for Scotty Wakefield.
Going to stop the clock for a minute while we get timeout by the Rebels so they can get their offense arranged as they try to get everybody involved.
So we will go to break 2. This is a T7 Propane production, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
We are back here, and Rob, I'm going to get political. You ready for this? Global warming does not exist, at least in Randolph right now. It has gotten cold. We miss the sun.
Yep, it's about 38 degrees right now.
That's right. So I believe we have Wilkes Weston in at quarterback with trips to his right, 4-man front. As he looks to pass, he gets it back to Paxton Nicolademus, who will try to make his way upfield, and he does. He gets to the outside, and a gain of 5-6 on the play.
Taken down by number 2, that would be Jonathan Jerez.
So it'll be interesting, Rob, to see as at the next game, and hopefully the next game after that, we'll see if Coach Larson goes back to these wide receiver stands. They've been, now granted the competition will get stiffer each time, but we'll see if Coach Larson goes back to some of these that have been successful today.
Back to what you were saying about the game, I believe it's scheduled for a 10 o'clock start.
Yes,
on next Friday.
Next Friday. So 10 o'clock start at Zions Bank Stadium down in Harriman. We will see our Rich Rebels take on either the Altamont Longhorns or the St. Joe's Jayhawks. We'll find out later today on that one. As Wilkes Weston drops back to pass. Ooh, and Sullivan makes a play on it. That was intended for, I believe, Porter.
Yeah, Bodie O'Mealy.
Oh, that was Bodie O'Mealy. Intended for Bodie O'Mealy. Sullivan makes the jump on it, not there in time.
Could have been an easy pick six if he would have grabbed that one. He would have been to the house.
Yep. Or punished by Wilkes Weston, which isn't a fun thing either.
No.
Either way, it is 3rd and 4 for the Rebels now, as they are trying to extend this lead. Just under 7 minutes to go here. And we want to thank all of our fans for coming out to all the home games this year, supporting this field, as this is paid for by the tax dollars of our community, and we want to thank everyone for supporting this awesome field and community. As Wyatt O'Mealy is the recipient of that pass from Wilkes Weston. I believe, is he just short, Rob, with the first down?
It was hard to see because our nice
Bryant.
going to give him 1 yard short as
So
the
fourth.
wise chain crew dumped the chains to get out of the way, which is a smart move to make.
And it looks like Coach Larson is going to punt here. He's got his starting special teams heading out there, which that's the classy move to go here, not go for the conversion. And so Dylan Fonsbeck wants a punt. He loves those punts, so he's happy to be out there. I guarantee
haven't had
that.
a chance to do a punt today, so good time to
good
practice.
Snap back to Fonsbeck.
Oh,
that will be a sky ball. We'll see if it'll get a good bounce, which it does. Yep, it gets back as Leifson's going to down that, and the UMA will be out with a fresh set of downs with under 6 minutes to go here.
Got enough hang time on that one anyway.
Yep, so the Rebels are about to close out their final game of the season. And, Rob, we didn't know if we would have any games on this field this year, but we were able to get a game and a half, which is awesome, which better than nothing for sure. And we look forward to a full season next year on this field and under the lights.
I'm looking forward to a track season up here.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. I was just looking. I see the discus pit over there is getting finished as well. So UMA with a run up the middle, a big run up the middle that is a gain of 20-plus yards to start this drive for UMA. That was number 33. We've said his name multiple times today. Cordner.
Go for first down.
Good, strong runner. If he truly is a freshman, you got to build your team around him for the next 3 years, I would say. I mean, he's a good, solid runner. They've opened up plenty of holes for him today. So the Marauders will have a 1st and 10 to work with here. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game as the Rebels will look to advance to the next round, the semifinals of the 8-man playoff. Ball snap back to Sherm. He will look to keep it, which he does. He has pressure, but he's breaking tackle after tackle. He will be brought down finally and forced out of bounds by a group of Rebels, bringing up a 2nd and 7 coming up here.
Jaden Bell, number 52, had a shot at him first, and then kudos to him. He didn't give up on the play. He ended up helping make the tackle at the end.
Yep, great hustle there by Jaden. Once again, 2nd and 7 coming up for the Marauders as this game is ticking to the end. And we do thank everyone for tuning in today. Once again, we said it a few times, but tune in on KSL. If you get online, type in KSL High School Streamed Sports. It'll take you right to where the volleyball game will be tonight at 6:30. Cheer on our Lady Rebels as they look to advance to the semifinals, which will take place tomorrow. Sherm back in the gun with a receiver to his left, who he does send in motion. And it is a play action. Sherm keeps it. A screen play that is snuffed right out by the Rebel defender. Is that Jaden Bell again?
I think so, 52,
Yep. Great play by Jaden Bell to snuff that out.
And we got a player down for UMA, and I think that is Sullivan, who was the recipient of the catch. He's been down several times a day, and it is getting chilly out there, and those hits do not feel good.
Yep. That does lead to some injuries on occasion, and we hope that Sullivan's had a good game today. I mean, he's been a name we've said multiple times, so hopefully he's able to get up and be okay and not have anything long-term affecting him. So, Robin, let's go over the schedule, and we'll do it a couple times. But so, as we said, next week the game will be at Zions Bank Stadium Friday morning. if we were to win that one and advance to the championship, that will take place the next Saturday at Southern Utah University.
Yeah, so
on
Friday,
Saturday, right?
Friday next week, Saturday the week after, and it again is the 10 o'clock start. We get the early game at
Both times.
SUU in Cedar City.
Okay. So potentially 2 more games for the Rebels, both at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we are hoping that Coach Larson earns his second straight championship, and this is the first step, winning the quarterfinal game, and the Rebels are looking to do so just 3 minutes away from closing this one out and closing out the home schedule for the Rebels. And just a good way for these seniors then. This is a great senior class to have this final game. I'm glad they got one more full game on this field to finish things out, Rob.
Yeah, it's a great memory.
So 3rd and 7 for the Marauders as Sherm is back in the gun looking for a man. He's got a man crossing there. Zenik stalking again on the coverage. That'll fall incomplete, bringing up a 4th and 7 for the Marauders. And if the Rebels are able to end this thing, make a stop on this 4th and 7, that will be it, as they would be able to really run out the clock with the stop here.
Intended receiver on that play, number 27, Brian Lowry. Again, Zenik stalking number 9, a senior who's been injured a lot of the season on the coverage. Good to be able to see him play.
Yep, it has been good. And Rob, going back to what you were saying about track, have you heard any more about if we're going to be hosting a track meet here?
I can't imagine how anybody in our region would not want to come use this facility.
Absolutely. So UMA is in the gun with doubles to Sherm's right, a single receiver to his left. He is back to pass. They need to convert here to keep this drive alive, and they will as Sherm gets to the sideline and out of bounds, keep this drive alive. Running clock, so there's just a minute and a half left. So if the Marauders want to get on the board, they're going to have to do so quickly with this running clock, and a good 40 yards to go still.
Tony Maldonado, number 22, chasing him out of bounds.
Yep, that's another senior who has been able to get a lot of reps today, which has been a good thing.
We'll make it another unique experience for you next week, Bradley, because broadcasting from Zions Bank Stadium is a lot different than doing it from the top of a bus.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the backs of the buses and the backs of the trucks like we've had this year. So Sherm in the gun. Ball snap back there, just going to give it around the right side, hand off to Sullivan, who was injured a few plays ago. He is back now. 50 seconds to go here, Rob, as the clock ticks down.
Zenik stalking number 9 with the shoestring tackle to trip him up.
So 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Rebels.
And I don't know if the Marauders will get much more than one more play after this.
Yeah, probably just one more play. So you got to imagine they're going to try to go out with a bang, probably a pass deep, as Sherm is back in the gun. Play action pass. He is looking deep. He does have a man in triple coverage nonetheless. Paxton Nicodemus with a great interception and a great juke there, as he's going to just keep on going with 8 seconds to go here. We'll give him a replay on that, as that was a great interception over the shoulder and a great shifty move there. Rob, I got to share, Paxton is a great defensive back. He was in junior high. He got an interception almost every game, and so I said, the 2 guarantees in life, death and a Paxton interception. So yeah, we just saw it there.
He got one last year as a freshman, I think in one of the first couple games of the season, even before school started. So
no, I tell you, he's a great DB. So you just saw there's a lot to be excited for the future of Rich High football as well. A lot of young kids got reps today and did a great job. So that will be it, and we'll be back after this. Thanks for tuning in. This is a T7 Propane production online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
We are back, and it is time for our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. Rob, we are going to start with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. What do you have for us today?
Well, we're just going to run down the scores. So Hudson Perry, 24-yard run to the 1-yard line, and then he caught the 1-yard pass from Carter Hoffman to make it 6-0. Samuel Leifson with a 12-yard run to make it 12-0. Both PATs miss. Hudson Perry with a 56-yard run. PAT is good. It's 19-0. Second quarter, Carter Hoffman with an 11-yard pass to Riker Hoffman. To PAT is good. Makes it 26-0. James Sullivan for the Marauders, a 1-yard run, and then he also converts on the 2-point conversion to make it 26-8. Drake Weston, a 63-yard touchdown run to make it 33-8. And in the second half, a 1-yard touchdown to pass to Jordan Johnson, and that makes it 40-8 with the PAT. And then Hoffman to Dylan Wasden for the touchdown to make it 47-8, and that is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. And I must say, Bradley, I had a Freaky Fast Hunters Club sandwich today for lunch, and it was delicious.
There you go. Right from the horse's mouth of one of our favorite sponsors, Jimmy John's. So we're going to be back after this with our player of the game, with our play of the game, and then we will just go over a quick recap of the calendar coming up, and we'll be back right after this.
Healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankham serves patients of all ages. Call today and schedule dental appointments for your family. Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
We are back as part of our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. And, Rob, let's just get right to the D. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. What do you got for us? A lot of awesome things happened today, but what's one that stuck out to you?
Well, we got to get a shout-out to Riker Hoffman. First play of the season. He catches the pass and goes down with an injury. And at that point, I don't think anybody really anticipated that he'd be back. And we got updates on him all the time. But he caught an 11-yard pass in the start of the second quarter from Carter Hoffman. Just to see him in the end zone with a touchdown does your heart good. And a shout-out to him for the courage to fight, go through that physical therapy to get back on the field.
You know, and he's been such a great leader on and off the field. We were just at the football banquet this week, and he emceed the whole thing and did a great job. He's just a great leader, great kid, and I'm with you. I was happy to see that touchdown. A great pass, too, just right as he was tiptoeing to the back line. And so that will bring us now to our Crawford Schroff player of the game. Rob, who do you have for us?
Well, again, you can give it to pretty much anybody because it was definitely a team win. But one more other player that's like Riker that's been injured, and that's Zenick Stocking. So
we were able to say his name quite a few times today, and he had a number of breakups. He had a reception. And they threw it a lot today, and Zenick was always right there in good coverage, even if he was having to shake off his injury almost, a bunch of times with that numb arm. He had a great game today.
I appreciate that, Bradley. I didn't expect to get choked up on that one.
Yeah, this, Rob, you've got a senior, and so by default, you become the dad of all these seniors, and to have two of them miss a lot of that this season, but to have Zenek work so hard today and be on so many plays, rightfully so, player of the game today. So we will now move forward to the Woodruff Country Corner calendar update. So, Rob, we've gone over a few things already today. So, big one tonight, 6:30, as the Lady Rebels take on the number 1 seed, the Valley Buffaloes, in volleyball down in Richfield. So, everyone tune into that one. You can watch that on KSL, High School Sports. Just click on the High School Sports tab. You'll find the streaming link there. And then tomorrow, do you know what time?
Yeah, win or lose, they'll still play it. I have to pull up the bracket to see what time that would be, but I'm sure you could check social media. There'll be times out there. I'll check and see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, we'll update our Facebook pages, like Rob said. It'll be out there on social media. But the Rebels will have two games tomorrow down in Richfield as they conclude their season, and we're really rooting for them to go down there and take state. And they're well on their way after winning that first big one today. And then, as we said, next week, the Rebels will be playing at Zions Bank Stadium. They will have the winner of Altamont and St. Joe's, which I assume that game's about to kick off at Altamont, and we'll have the winner of that game. Anything else that you want to make note of on our calendar?
Nope, that should do it.
That should do it, and thank you for all of our listeners. Thank you for all that came in person to the game today. We'll be back next week. It'll most likely just be audio on my local radio, as it is a state game, and it'll be streamed on KSL. If you want to listen in, we will have that audio. If you want to watch it with the picture, KSL will be streaming that down in Salt Lake for the 10 o'clock game next Friday at Zions Bank Stadium. And thank you, and we will see you next week.
Go Rebels.